Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another planning lesson with us. So, I wanted to share that, we do not use curriculum and we base all of our lessons around real life experiences. So, this is the experience that we're going to be using. We recently went and we visited the bonfires in Louisiana. My daughter had a lot of questions. This was her first time attending. And so I decided I am going to use our history lesson and teach it through reading. So we're going to be focused on our reading skills, but we are going to use it teaching our history lesson on the bonfires in Louisiana. So let's just go ahead and get started. So I want to start off by sharing. Let me take this screen off first. I want to start off by sharing the skill that we're focusing on. So we're doing fourth grade, and we're going to be explaining the relationship between events, ideas, and concepts in informational text. So with that being said, there are several skills within that she is going to have to know that she's going to have to know in order to be able to master this standard. So the first thing she's going to have to know is cause and effect. She's going to have to know how to analyze interactions, and she's going to have to know sequence of events and the language of sequencing. So to start on day one is just a set a tone for the week type of day. We're going to just be looking and going through those particular skills to make sure she knows them. So I'm going to share with you our first thing that we do. To teach cause and effect, I am going to use a YouTube video on cause and effect. So I'm going to share with you guys the video that we use. And this is it right here. See, did it come up? There you go. What is cause and effect? So there's a lot of YouTube videos out there that you can use. I like it's Singing with Melissa. I believe it's Singing with Melissa. Oh, Grammar Songs by Melissa, because she doesn't just teach you cause and effect or the concept of cause and effect. She actually got their activities in there. She makes sure you know it before you leave. So we're going to go through this video. We are going to go through her examples, and we're going to practice cause and effect with her different scenarios and stuff like that. So that's the first thing that we're going to do. And then to continue our lesson with cause and effect, in our household, we love to bake. We're an ingredient household. We like to make a lot of things from scratch. So we are going to bake muffins on Monday. I created this little organizer. This is the effect, what muffins were, and then we'll fill in the blank. We'll describe the muffins. So we'll start off by talking about how did the muffins come out? Were they fluffy? Were they dry? Or whatnot? And then we have the 3 boxes for what could have been the cause of that. So I have some guiding questions for our discussions. What do you think made them turn out this way and why? What did we do while baking that mattered? And what happened before the muffins went into the oven? So we have all of these different things that we're going to use to identify the cause. I keep everything in this notebook. If you are in a district or a state that requires you to turn in a portfolio at the end of the year, we are not required, but I still keep everything together. You never know what's going to happen. So I keep it together. But if you're in one of those states that require you to have a portfolio and you have to be aligned to the state standards, all of my lessons are standard aligned. I just use real life experiences to teach them. So day one, we're going to do this for cause and effect. Now, while we were at the bonfire, she went box sliding behind the levee. So for sequencing, we are going, and that's a skill that we've already taught. We are going to make a sequence chain. She's going to tell me the order of the events of things that she had to do leading up to box sliding. And we're going to, this happened first, this happened next, this happened then, stuff like that. So we're going to use this as a quick sequence of events activity. That's day one, y'all. Simple, introducing the skills. So when we really have to dig into it and talk about how they interact and how they connect, the one thing I won't have to do is teach her cause and effect and sequencing the skills that she needs to master that particular standard. All right, day 2. Now on day 2, let me go ahead and share with you. We are going to use an article from the Festival of Bonfire. website. So I'm going to share you what it looks like. And let me add it. Okay. So this is the article that we are going to use to teach our lesson. Bonfires in St. James Parish. It gives, well, I'm going to go through what it actually consists of. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use that article. That article has a lot of opportunities in there for me to be able to like practice this standard. So I picked out 3. So the first one, I have this little organizer right here, and I'm going to model my thinking. I'm going to use that text to model event A, event B, how they connect, and how I pull out evidence. And I'm going to use the origins of bonfire traditions and how they develop over time. So I'm going to go through the process to model my thinking so she can know exactly what's expected of her. Why is that important? Because if I just tell her something, it's more likely that she's going to forget it. But if I model to her how the process that I took to get to be able to complete this chart, then she'll be able to complete the chart. So that's the first thing we're going to do. Then we're going to do it together. Same article, different event. So now we're going to focus on completing the explanations of the bonfire. Depending on where you're from or what parish you're from, there are different reasons that people say the bonfires were created. Some say it lights the way for Papa Noel. Some say it's for midnight mass. And some say it's just a navigation tool. So we're going to take 2 of those. We're going to do it together. You're going to do it together. Event 1, event 2, how it connects, and evidence. Then she's going to do it by herself. Same article, learning the history of the bonfires. The third thing that she's going to learn is how the bonfire construction changed over time. Now this, she's going to do it herself. I modeled my thinking. We did it together. And now I'm going to see if she was able to grasp the concept on her own. Event A, event B, connect, evidence. Just a different topic that she's writing on. Same article. And in addition to this, on day 2, she is going to have to tell me why this event happened. How does the author explain these ideas? Ideas are events, how they explain that they're related, and what does the text say to explain the connection? To master this particular standard, she has to be able to take those 2 events, show how they interact with each other, and provide evidence. That's it. 2 days. That's all it takes. If she gets stuck, I also created a few little sentence stems for her for cause and effect. I just got some nice little sentence stems paper. So if she's not, I know sometimes children, they struggle with how to get started, or how should I start my sentence? How do I, create some sentence stems. It's great for struggling if you have a child that's struggling to get started. Now, the third thing, so that's day 1, that's day 2 is Wednesday, and no, day 2 is Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, let me share this with y'all. On Wednesday, we use Common Lit. Common Lit is a free educational website. It's for schools, but if you're a homeschool family, when you go through the process, it's a little more, it's free still, but they have to like verify your email, and it's like a little more, a few steps more that you have to do, because we don't have emails that has edu at the end as an educational institution, but we use Common Lit. So let me share what we are doing on Wednesday. Wednesday is Independent Day. She don't need me to do this with her at all. Let's see. Okay, here it is. So I went in Common Lit. I chose a lesson that is going to teach her the same thing. This one is on cookies. We are a household that like to bake cookies. It has guiding questions, it has assessment questions, and it has discussion questions. This lesson on Common Lit is on the same standard that we are focusing on. It's just using a different topic. So this will be able to show me that she's able to do it on her own. She'll have questions she's going to respond to, and she'll have discussion questions she's going to have to respond to. And then I can go in later and grade those. And I can go and grade those things. So on Fridays, we have a progress meeting that we get together. We talk about what worked, what didn't work, where she struggled. And this gives me an opportunity to know what I need to reteach, and it gives an opportunity for her to reflect on her learning. So that's what I use the Common Lit part for. But now this is the last thing I wanted to share with you guys. That's our lesson for the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then if you want to teach more than one grade level at a time and you have multiple children, all you have to know is how the standards or how the skills connect. In third grade, and you can use this assignment for all 3 grade levels. In third grade, you have to describe the relationship between events, ideas, or steps. In fourth grade, you have to explain the relationship between events, ideas, or concepts. Not that much difference. In fifth grade, you have to explain relationships between multiple events, ideas, or processes using reasoning. So I play it by ear because depending on how much energy day 1, 2, and 3 takes out of us determines if I'm going to not do those 2 grade levels in one week. Grade 5, we did 4th grade. Grade 5, all they do is explain the relationship between multiple events, ideas, and processes. Y'all, we've already did that. Here we go. We got event number 1. We got event number 2. We got event number 3. That's it. So you don't have to, you can teach multiple grade levels in a time. This is how we do it. On Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, this is the grade level we're on. We're on 4th grade. On Thursday, I'm going to introduce the grade 5 level standard. And then when we come back, because we touch every standard twice, I'm going to start with 5th grade, and then I'm going to introduce the 6th grade standard. And that way we're knocking out 2 grade levels in 1 year, depending on the skill that you are teaching. Sometimes you can knock out 2, 3 grade levels in 1 year. Like when it comes to like something like character traits and stuff, I don't want to go off deep end, y'all know I'll be talking and go off the deep end, but you can teach more than one grade level at a time easily. If you want to learn how to do this every month, I offer the Live the Lesson experience, where we are going to go through all of the processes on how to teach reading and writing using real life experiences. And we plan. It is a hands-on experience. You're going to leave with a plan with all the tools that you need to be able to do this with your child at home. So I have that linked. So if you're interested, it is on sale until January the 4th. After that, the price goes up. So if you want to get in before the 4th, go ahead and sign up. So thank you guys again. I hope that this was helpful. Follow along throughout the week, because every day this week I'm going to post our day, whatever we did on Monday, what we did on Tuesday, what we did on Wednesday, so you can actually see this lesson in action. So thank you guys again, and I will see you next Friday at 4:00. And if you have not subscribed to my newsletter, I send out free lessons, I send out discounts. There's a lot of things, a lot of information that's in there, and a lot of tips. So if you haven't signed up for that, when you go to the website to sign up for the Live the Lesson experience, go ahead and sign up for our monthly newsletter. All right, later, guys. Thank you.